What up, guys? What up, guys? And welcome to a review of Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning. The game came out in the UK I think it was about a week ago. It was the same day as Darkness 2 came out, and the same day that Catherine came out. Those two games will also be getting a review in the next few episodes on my channel. But yeah, Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning. Start off with a very brief summary. The storyline is that you were a knight who fought in this war between humans and elves. The elves ended up winning, and the elves have started to take over the entirety of the Kingdom of Amalur. So, what ends up happening is you get taken in by these dwarves into this small kingdom place, and you get taken to this experimental chamber where they try to get dead people's souls back, and basically the elves have discovered the base and are trying to destroy it, and basically none of them have succeeded apart from you. So you end up waking this giant pile of dead bodies and you have to escape, and basically the main quest from then on is you trying to you are trying to suss out why you got resurrected, and you're also trying to overthrow the elves' rebellion. Now, before it starts happening, I will apologise. I was skipping cutscenes, and there was a one point where I did join a party, which you may see in the game. I think you will, because I joined it at some point. But yeah, I joined a party, and that's nothing to do with the game. But yeah, so far very impressed with the game. Total playtime, I've got about 4 or 5 hours on it, and I'm only like level 9. I did play after I recorded this, so I will be a higher level than I already was. So okay, so storyline wise, great story, absolutely love it to pieces. It's it's not unique, but the way it delivers itself is very good. Gameplay. Now, if you do know anything about Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning, and even if it's the smallest thing, it will be about the combat. The combat is some of the smoothest I have ever played in a RPG. I do classes an RPG, but the games that it feels like you're playing. Think of playing an MMO like World of Warcraft or something like that. Think of an MMO like that, and then mix it with like something like Fable or Skyrim, and that's what it feels like you're playing. So the gameplay, combat-wise, is very good. It's very smooth. You can switch between your weapons, and then to magic. The magic does take a bit of getting used to, flicking between it, but overall, it's a very smooth system flicking between the two. And the one thing I do quite like about the game is the fact that when you're attacking, you're not locked like you would say Skyrim. With Skyrim, you have one weapon in your left or right. So say you've got a spell in your left and a sword in your right. In this game, you're not locked like that. You can say, if you keep, because I'm playing it on the Xbox, so PS3 will be square. But if I'm hitting the X button to do a combat with the weapons that you can see I've got equipped there, they're my favourite weapons at this point. I think during this video I get an upgraded version of what I was using, so I used them. I also just start using the great sword later on in the video. The only reason I'm panning around on the camera now is just to show how good the graphics actually are, especially on the PVR that I'm recording on. I was quite surprised how good it looked. So but yeah, on Skyrim, you're locked with one weapon on your left and one weapon on your right. In this game, you can go from hitting X or square on PS3. You can go from hitting X and using a certain select weapon combo, and then you go to hit Y. Now, what they've done is they've added a secondary weapon system into this game, so you can have, say, the blades, which I'm using there, as your X button combo, and then you go to hit Y, or if your PS3 triangle, and you'll go and start using your secondary, which on this at the moment I've got a staff. So it's very mixed, and then the magic is a completely separate button set, which makes things a lot easier instead of having to like sit in one spot and then start messing around with different buttons. It just literally just hold the right trigger, or R2 I think it would be on the PS3, and then you hit the corresponding button for the corresponding spell. The only bad point about the system is the lock-on system. There's no true lock-on system. The lock-on system does tend to fade in and out every now and then. So you'll be going for a combo and you have to hold the analog stick in the direction you want to target. You don't have, say, you'd hit LT and it would target. You don't have that anymore. But apart from that, combat-wise, it's perfect. The purple, the top bar in the top left-hand corner of the screen, the top red bar is health, and the bottom blue bar is your mana, your magic gauge. Now the middle bar, the purple bar, which you can see filling up, is called the Reckoning bar. Now what the Reckoning bar does is it levels up your... It doesn't level up anything, sorry. It's a gauge where it fills up your Reckoning power, and basically what that does, it makes you super powerful, and you do it's a lot more damage with weapons and with magic. And basically it means you can do finishing moves and stuff like that. So basically it's basically a super combo move. I can't really think of any other games which have that in. I'm pretty damn sure there is a game with it in, I just can't think of one at the moment. So yeah, so far story is great and combat is great. Think of anything else. The one bad point, which I'm going to mention again at the end of this video, is the leveling up system. The leveling up system can be a bit, let's just say it can be a bit ropey. It can be very confusing to start off with. I mean, it's not very plainly set out. You'll start off leveling up, it's like, alright, I want to level up that, and then you get taken to a different screen, it's like, I don't know what to level up now. That starts off a bit confusing, but once you played the game for a bit, it gets a bit easier to understand. But as you can see now in the video, the infantry screen is very easy to follow. It's not the most confusing thing. You have the items on the left hand side, you have what it says on the right hand side, and then it explains everything for you. It reminds me of a lot of Dragon Age 2, the menu in that system. It's very similar in how it does it, but I think it's more refined. With Dragon Age, it seemed sometimes it got a bit confusing. This is the point where I bring out the staff. So I'm hitting the Y button for this. I'm not using the X button. X button is the blades, and the Y button does the staff. What you just saw me do is a magic attack. So that's the RT or R2, I think it is, on PS3. And it's the B button I've got it set as, so it sends up spikes through the floor and that kind of thing. So as an overview, just to start wrapping up this video, Kingdom of Amalur, the good points, the graphics are amazing. I absolutely love the graphics. The combat is very smooth. The way it tells the storyline is very good. The amount of secondary missions you get, I could say it's a bad point, but I think it's more of a good point to keep me playing after I finish the main story. What I've heard of is the main story will take around 25 to 30 hours to finish, and then you've got another 100 120 hours after that to actually full on finish the game with all the side quests and everything. So yeah, a lot of side quests to do. The variation in enemies I was very surprised about. You don't really considering the stage of the game that I'm at the moment, I haven't got that much playtime on it. So I am bumming into the same enemies, but it's just a variation on the same enemies is quite nice to have. And there was another good point which I saw. The size of the map, the amount of room that they've put into the game is very nice. It's nice to see an actual RPG which has a huge map. I think it's around the same size as a Skyrim, maybe a little bit bigger. I'm not too sure. But the one bad point, and there always has to be one bad point on a game, the one bad point that I have about this game is just the leveling up system can be sometimes a bit too... it can be a bit complicated. And apart from that, there's only one more bad point which I can think of, which is the loading times can get a bit annoying. Some of them are quite short, and then some of them are quite long. But overall, Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning, overall I would, in my personal opinion, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's very well rounded. It's very well polished. I haven't ran into any bugs yet, which is very thankful. So yeah, 9 out of 10. I'd definitely suggest, at least if you don't try it, they've got a demo on the Xbox Live marketplace. I'm not sure about PS3, but give the trial a go. If you enjoy the trial. If you don't enjoy the trial, because I didn't really enjoy the trial, I bought the game anyway, and I enjoyed the game. So this is Serenity97. That's my gamer tag. This is Rapture City signing out, and please look forward to more videos. The next one will either be The Darkness or a really unknown game, which I'm not going to say the title for. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and please look forward to more. Thank you.